Hello everybody, my name is Boulevard, and today Runeterra dropped the competitive update for August of 2023, and I just kind of want to quickly go over this small article, give you my thoughts on it, talk about it a little bit, just so that everyone's up to date on what's going on. So we've got some confirmation on some things regarding the mystery event and worlds. For those of you that don't even know what the mystery event was, it was teased back at the Glory and Navori Brawl back in like February, where Dave Guskin was like, yeah, we want to do this mystery event. They wanted it to be like 16 players. Winners of the Runeterra Opens got invited, as well as like a couple of content creators, and they really wanted it to be done on the Riot campus, fully in person for the competitors. And they wanted it to be in August, and this was announced back in February, and then we just got absolutely no communication on it other than like every couple of articles they'd be like, don't forget the mystery event, but there was actually never any confirmation that it was or wasn't happening in August. Now, normally if you announce something in February and you say definitively it's going to be in August, I don't take no news about it as a sign that it's not happening, but because Dave introduced everything as tentative, it was a little bit weird that we hadn't heard confirmation one way or another, and now we know that it will not be happening in August. It'll be happening early next year, but we'll get into that in a second. First, we've got to talk about Worlds, because things are going to be a little bit different. Obviously, we've only had 16 players at Worlds up until this point. Now we're going into 64. We have our dates. December 6th is going to be the launch of a new expansion, and then about 10-ish days later, well, 8 days if you want to do math, so about a week later, on December 14th, we're going to kick off Worlds, which I believe these are around the same dates as last year, about mid-December. So on par for what we did previously, changing the format a little bit, not doing group stages anymore because we don't have 16 players, we have 64, so it's going to be 7 rounds of Swiss on day 1. This is going to be the one that you want to tune into the most, obviously, as we're going to get to see the most action. On day 2, we are going to have a double elimination bracket for the top 16, and then what's kind of wild to me is that like day 3 is just winners bracket finals, losers bracket finals, and grand finals, so not actually a lot happening on day 3. Day 1, day 2 going to be the big ones, but obviously we're going to pull the most viewers day 3. Now, if you're wondering if I'm going to be casting the World Championship, I don't know. I haven't received any correspondence from Riot previously. Many of you will remember last year, like I said, things were happening at around the same time, and we didn't actually know until the Friday beforehand whether or not we were actually casting Worlds, and they did basically the same thing in 2021, so I'm not expecting that to change this year, even though we've expressed our displeasure about how they handled that. I really don't see it changing because it happened last year after we complained about it in 2021, so maybe it will, maybe it won't. Who knows? You'll know if I'm casting it when it gets publicly announced. Obviously, I can't tell you when I find out, but for now, I can definitely tell you that I have not received any correspondence on whether or not this is happening, and I don't expect to until November, so I won't know for a while. I'd like to think I am, but I wanted to think I was last year too. So, as far as the actual prizing, I think like first place has gone down by like 10 grand. I think it was like 40,000 last year, but still, like, it's tens of thousands of dollars. That's really all that matters. Now, first and second place are going to get to design a card. The winner gets to design a follower card. Second place gets to design a spell card. Obviously, you're going to have to like work with the devs on what this looks like. I got to do something similar for Force of Will, where so the worlds that I won was block constructed, which basically meant it was similar to this, right? Where we essentially had a set launch like a week beforehand. And then the difference was for the event, we were only allowed to play with cards from that set. And what I got to do was I got to pick a card from that set and put my face on it. And they had a couple of like rules around that. And yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool. If it looked good, I'd show it off more often and talk about it. But like, I think the fact that you get to design a card is really cool. So yeah. There's actually like variable pricing this time around where like, third and fourth mattered. I don't think it mattered this much previously. I think there was more than a $1,000 difference between third and fourth place in 2021. But as a caster, the specific breakdown of, top cut is not really what I'm looking for. And now because we're a double elimination bracket, we actually get to differentiate between 5th, 6th place and 7th, 8th place. So there's even a $500 difference between them. Then 2,000 for 9th through 16th, 1,500. So like, again, even for showing up, you'll get $1,000, which last year I think for showing up you got like 6,500 or something if you got 16th place. But now that we have more people, obviously you need to spread the money out a little bit more. So architects, yeah, this is all the things that an architect gets to do. If you want to read this article, it's going to have a link in the description below, obviously. So the LCQ, this is something that we were all wondering about. Obviously, they announced that we were doing it. It used to be that this was the way that you got into Worlds, right? You wouldn't qualify for Worlds, you would qualify for the LCQ. Now, the gist of this is that the LCQ is going to function like a Runeterra Open. You won't get any buys from Prime Glories, and we're going to do the normal 9 wins or 3 losses, go into top 64 on the second day. and there will be no prize pool for this event. It's just first and second place get to go to Worlds. And you might be looking at this like, oh, well, like, okay, well, there's no prize pool. Why would I play in this? One, if you're playing in it, it's because you want to go to Worlds. Two, if you get last place at Worlds, you get $1,000, which I believe is what you currently get for winning a Runeterra Open. So, like, technically, because winning a Runeterra Open does not actually get you to the World Championship, it only gives you points towards it. You have to win a WCQ. Technically, this is still the same prize pool as winning a Runeterra Open, and then you get all the cool shit for like attending Worlds as well. So the LCQ is going to be really cool. Obviously, you're going to want to play in that, prep for that. I'll try and, put together. I don't know if there's going to be a broadcast for this. Well, let me rephrase that. There will be a broadcast for this. I will do everything in my power to ensure that something happens. I did it in 2021. I did it in 2022. Last year, Riot reached out to me to give me a little bit of an extra boost with it, give me some resources and things like that. Whether or not Riot will do that for me again this year remains to be seen. I'll have to reach out to some people and figure out what we can get going on here. But I will definitely be doing something. That is 100% Boulevard guarantee. I will be partnering with someone and something to bring you some kind of cast for the Runeterra Open. I don't know how many regions I'm going to be able to cover, but like I'm going to make something happen. That I can promise you. Whether or not Riot wants to get in on it, I will have to wait and see, and I will announce that when I can, if it happens. But there will definitely be something for you to watch. And that's, maybe they already have partners in mind. Maybe they're broadcasting it like a normal Runeterra Open. I'll get in contact with whoever's doing that. There'll be something for you to watch. I promise. The mystery event. This was supposed to be in August, and they never told us it wasn't going to be in August, and now they are telling us it will not be in August. It'll be next year, early months of 2024. For those of you that don't know what the mystery event is, it was all kind of hazy. It was all kind of shrouded in mystery of what was actually confirmed and what wasn't, which was basically nothing was confirmed other than they wanted it to be in person, and they wanted it to be on the Riot campus, and it is supposed to be a 16-person. They might have expanded that. They really weren't sure. But it was supposed to be like a 16-person invitational made up of Runeterra Open winners and select content creators. And they were all going to get together on the Riot campus and do this event. And the fact that it's still called Mystery Event is a little bit weird. You feel like at this point, maybe we should actually have a name for this event, but we don't. And it's not happening for a few months still. Am I casting this or going to this in any capacity? I don't know. I haven't spoken to any Rioter about this since it was announced back in February, so I have no idea. I don't know if they're getting casters. If they're not, I don't know if I'm going as a content creator. Probably not. I'm a very small content creator. I only have I just got over 1,000 subs not too long ago. So definitely not someone that you're putting on the radar. But if there is a cast for this, I would love to go do it. Do I know for sure? That's the problem with casting, right? Is no matter how high up on the mountaintop you think you are, you never know for sure. So again, I am eagerly waiting to find out if this is something that I will get to attend in some capacity. And I really hope I do, because we still don't really know sort of what this is for in terms of is there a prize pool? Is this supposed to be show matchy? What are we doing here? But I do really like this because with the in-person open TFT event happening in Las Vegas in December, and then this happening early next year, Riot is just really open to doing in-person events, which not a lot of companies are, and just kind of inviting the community out to get together and stuff. And I think that's really cool. And some people are even speculating that this is just them kind of trial and erroring their way through in-person events for Project L, because the FGC is very big on in-person events. So who knows? Do I care? Not really. Do I want to go to an in-person LOR event? Hell yeah, I do. So hopefully we'll get some more information on this after Worlds. The early months of 2024 is pretty non-specific, so could be anywhere from January to March is kind of the window that I'm looking at. But that means we're 6 months away from this, so we'll get some more information on that. But I'll probably try to update the how to qualify for Worlds video now that LCQ is out. But yeah, this is the article. If you want to click on it down below, there will be a link. That's kind of all I wanted to say on it. Thank you for watching.